Hi everyone, this is Nate Tooney, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Canvas. Canvas can best be described as an online classroom. So if you took all of the activities that you do in your physical classroom and moved them online, Canvas allows you to do that. So one question you might be asking yourself is, why Canvas? Most of the learning that occurs while the kids are in your classroom. Why would you want to build an online classroom for them? Well, one of the reasons would be if for some reason kids can't come to school, if they're absent, if they're sick, if something happened at school that they wouldn't be able to attend a physical classroom, they could learn everything that you're teaching online if you had a Canvas classroom set up. Additionally, it provides a place for handouts for the students who are absent, for the students who forget their handouts at school or lose them. You can actually set up a location for them to access it online. It provides a place for intervention. So maybe you have kids that just don't get the concepts you're teaching and you want to offer them other resources. You can put that all on Canvas. You can create practice tests and quizzes. That could also be part of your CFAs, or it could be a place for intervention. You can insert videos. Maybe there's videos online that help to emphasize what you're focusing on in your classroom. And it also provides an area for online discussion. So if you have a topic that students want to continue to discuss outside the classroom, it's an environment where they can discuss, and you could also participate as a teacher. So with that in mind, let me show you how to get to Canvas. The first thing you're going to do is go to the Santiago High School website. We have 4 tabs across the top, one of them for staff, and then you'll notice there's also one for students. So if your students want to access Canvas, they're going to go to the Santiago High School website and they're going to click on Students. Since we're staff members, we're going to click on the Staff button. And once you click on that Staff button, you'll get to your My CNUSD page over in the top right-hand corner. Make sure that you're the one who's logged in. You can see I'm logged in over here. And then over to our left, you can see right under Email, it says Canvas LMS. And if this is a student who's logging on to the My CNUSD page, the portal, they're going to see something similar to the screen you see in front of you. And over to the left, they'll also have access to Canvas. Click on Canvas LMS. And it'll take you to a screen that looks something like this. What's nice about Canvas is that it is district supported. So if you scroll down, you should see all of your classes popping up. And what that means is those classes have already been inputted with the students that are in each one of those classes. So you don't have to import students, they're already connected. You just have to create the Canvas platform for your kids to access. So in this case, what we're going to do is, instead of using any of these courses over here, we're just going to start a new course. And that allows us to create something called a sandbox, which is kind of digital speak for a playground, someplace where you can practice a skill before you apply it to a real Canvas classroom. So I'm going to name this one Tuesday Meeting. You can name yours Practice or whatever you'd like, and then just click on Create Course. At this point, let's look at some of the benefits of Canvas. The first thing I'd like you to do on the left-hand side is to go all the way down to the place that says Settings. Up at the top, you'll see a tab that says Course Details. Please move to Navigation. Click on that. And what we're going to do is we're going to simplify our Canvas homepage so it just has the basics. And the way to do that is to simply take any of the things we don't want from here and drag them down to here. So I'm going to click on Office 365 and drag it, Class Notebook. I'm going to take all of these things and I'm just going to move them down here. What I'd like you to keep on there is Home, Syllabus, and Modules. And don't worry, if you dragged any of those items down here, you can always click and drag them back. So that's very user-friendly. It's a nice aspect of Canvas. So you'll see we have 3 things left: Home, Syllabus, and Modules. Scroll down to the bottom of this web page and click on Save. Now, off to the right, you'll see something that says Student View. And here's another nice thing that Canvas does. If you click on Student View, it will show you what your students will see when they log on to your Canvas web page. So you'll notice we've gotten rid of all those extra items, so just the basics are on there. You may be asking what happened to modules. Well, we haven't created the modules yet, so it's not appearing. So that's a benefit of Canvas, is that it can make things very simple if that's the way you'd like it. Once we'd like to go back to the teacher view, you're just going to click on Leave Student View, and we can go over to Syllabus, click on Syllabus, and this will give us our syllabus page. Click on Edit, and you'll see it says Course Syllabus. Let's say that I'm teaching Language Arts 1 and I want to import a syllabus that I've already created. I'm going to scroll over to Files. I'm going to go to Upload New File and then choose File. And at that point, I can pull files that are on my computer. I can pull files that are on a flash drive, or in my case, I keep all my files on Dropbox. So I click on Dropbox. Find the syllabus that I want to use. Click on Open. And then click on Upload. And you can see that the syllabus appears right here. Modules is another name for lesson plans or units. So let's say I wanted to create a lesson plan or a unit based on Lord of the Flies. I type in the name of the unit, it appears right there. At this point, we're going to look at the Big Four. The Big Four is how to build a content page, how to create an assignment, how to create a quiz, and how to create a discussion. So the first thing we do is we click on the plus. Add content page. Then we're going to click on New Page and then name the page. And then click on Add Item. And then if we click on the title of the item, and then Edit, it will give us this thing called the Rich Content Editor. And the Rich Content Editor is probably familiar to anybody who's done word processing. It's got all of the different things that you can do when you're creating a Word document: bold, italic, underline, etc., etc. It's got a couple of other things that are really kind of fun and handy. You can record or upload media. So you can make a recording of yourself. Sorry if that picture scared anybody. You can also do audio. So if you wanted to record a message for your kids, or if you wanted to take a film of yourself, you can do that. The other thing that you can do is you can insert links. So maybe I would want them to look at an overview of Lord of the Flies. I could find a video that I'm interested in. I could get the link. And I could insert the YouTube link right there. Always click on Save, which is right at the bottom. So we click back to Modules. That's how you add content, content page. Another thing that you can do is you can add an assignment. And maybe this assignment is a worksheet that I have. That's a Lord of the Flies bookmark. You can click on Add Item right there. And then I click on the title of the item. And again, if I want to edit this page, I just click on Edit up here. And now I can either type in the information I want to put in. I can click over here to links. I can click over here to files. I can upload a new file. My file appears right here. I click on Upload. And the bookmark appears here as well. You can see underneath the assignment I can assign it points. And I can also put a due date on it as well. And then click on Save. Go back to Modules, click the plus sign. Another thing I can add is a quiz. Click on New Quiz, give the quiz a name, click on Add Item. I go back to the quiz, I click on the name of the quiz. I go to Edit. I can add any instructions that I want for the quiz itself. Up at the top, I can click on Questions, add a new question. Notice that you can put in the number of points that you want the question to be. You've got a choice of what kind of question to create, multiple choice, and then all these options right here. So in this case, you can see it wants you to put in the correct answer at the top. You can put in other possible answers underneath it. And these boxes over here give you the ability to comment on the questions that the student selects. So, great job, Smarty Pants. And then you could also redirect them if they choose the wrong answer. Scroll to the bottom, update the question. You can see it appears right there. If we go back to Modules, now we've got our content page, we've got an assignment, we've got a Chapter 1 quiz. The last thing I'll show you how to create is the discussion. And for our discussion question, I could title it Social Classes. Click on the title, click on Edit, and then type in the question. We'll go to the bottom, click on Save. There's the question. If we go under Modules, you can see now we have a content page, we've got an assignment, we've got a quiz, we've got a discussion. So those are the big four that we wanted to cover today. The other thing I wanted to demonstrate for you was the 5 tools for each area. So if I go under Edit for any of those areas, you can see the first tool is the Rich Content Editor. The second tool is this HTML. So anybody who's into coding, listen up. Anybody who doesn't know what coding is, sing a little song in your head and stare at the ceiling for a minute. If you click on HTML Editor, it shows you the back side of your post. So this is the coding that's put into the post. So if you have something that you'd like to insert or embed into a assignment, this is where you would do it. That's the Rich Content Editor. So if you were interested in putting in a Quizlet, a Prezi, Haiku Deck, any of those things that you can embed into a website, you can also embed into a assignment or into any part of the big four. Okay guys, you can come back to us if you're not into coding. Over to the right, we've already talked about file uploads. You can also upload images as well. You can also insert links for different pages within your Canvas. So perhaps you create one quiz and you don't want to replicate it 5 times. You can actually create links within your pages where kids can go to quiz and go back and forth. So that's an overview of the Big Four, as well as the 5 tools that you can use for each one of the Big Four. Something you should notice, off to the side, see these clouds that have a little gray cloud with an X in it? When you're creating something for Canvas, it does not publish it until you tell it to. So if we went under Settings, and we looked under Student View, notice my module is missing. That's because I didn't publish it. You always need to publish it when you're ready to share it with students. And I think that's a pretty handy feature. Let's say you created a test, but you didn't want to share it until the day that you were giving the test or quiz. You could hide it from students. You could do it in advance, you could hide it, and then you could publish it later. So publishing is really easy. In our case, we're just going to publish everything. You can see that the little cloud is green with a check mark, and that means it's all ready to go. So if I go back under Settings and go to Student View, there's Modules. I can click on Modules. And so this is what the student will see when they log on to my Canvas. They'll go to Introduction of Lord of the Flies. It'll have this link to this video, and they can start watching the video. It would have sound. I'm using the microphone right now, but it would have sound as well. If they wanted to see the bookmark, notice it's got the due date, it's got the points that it's worth. They can download the bookmark by clicking on it. But let's say they didn't have Word or they didn't have Adobe Acrobat. They can view the document by clicking on this preview, and it will open it up in line. And what that means is that it goes to Canvas, Canvas translates it, and then it produces it for us. So they can't even use the excuse that they don't have Microsoft Word or my computer wouldn't open it. As long as they have internet access, they're still able to view the document, and they're able to print out that document as well. If we go back to Modules, I got my Chapter 1 quiz. This is how the student would view it. I could click on Take the Quiz. And if I click on the correct answer, click on Submit, I find out that my answer is correct and that I did a great job, smarty pants. The other nice thing about quizzes is that it keeps the analytics for you. So you'd be able to tell how your entire class did on a quiz, and you could adjust your next lesson plan to address any issues that the kids may not understand. Finally, you can take a look at the discussion section. It's got that little window right there. Social classes. Oh. I click on Reply. I type in my reply. Monkey, 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 ooh, ooh. And there it appears. And I like that. So that's what the students see. If I leave my student view, I can go back and I can see what the teacher sees. So I can go under my discussion section, and sure enough, test student said monkey, monkey, ooh, ooh, ooh. How insightful. And I can post my own reply. So the last thing I want to leave you with, 2 things. We've got the calendar. So if I click on the calendar, and the students will see the same thing. You can go from week to month to agenda, etc. And notice that we've got that Lord of the Flies bookmark that's due on the 23rd. Let's say I wanted to change that assignment date. I could go to my calendar and I can just click and drag it. I can make it due on the 28th. And then if I go back to my module, you can see that the date changed to September 28th. So it works in conjunction with itself. You make a change under assignments, it makes a change under the calendar. If you make a change under the calendar, it makes a change under assignments. Finally, if you click on the very bottom where it says Help, click on Search the Canvas Guides, and then right down here you'll see it says Instructor Guide. There's also a video guide. Click on Instructor Guide, and as you're exploring Canvas, this would be a good place to go for any questions that you might have, different subjects that you'll run across. I hope that helped you guys out. I think Canvas is very, very user-friendly, and the nice thing about it is you can make it as detailed or as simple as you want. Even if you just kept a calendar with assignments on it, you'd still be enriching your students' educational experience, because they'd be able to see the dates that assignments were due, and they'd also be able to print out extra copies if they forgot them. I hope you enjoyed the overview for Canvas. If you have any questions at all, just contact me at ntooney@cnusd.k12.ca.us. You can call me at my extension 1024, and be happy to help you out.